It's Lee from ColouringQueen.net, and today I want to show you Fantastic Planner. It's the fourth colouring book, I think, from Steve McDonald, who specialises in photorealistic type artwork. So it's an oversized colouring book. Just a little sizing comparison for you. You can see that it's quite a bit bigger than colouring books that you may be familiar with. Now, I have to say that when I first looked at the line art in here, I wasn't particularly enthused on it. And then when I went back on the second time and I actually took the time to look at the coloured images that are here at the front and also at the back cover, that really changed my mind about this book, and I actually fell in love with it. So at first glance, you might think, maybe not for me, but at second glance, I'd really encourage you to have a look at those pictures of what they look like when they're coloured in, because that'll really give you a better idea of this colouring book. Now, the title page and copyright page starts it off, and this is the only page that you've got to test out your mediums. The images all are printed on both sides of the white paper, and it's a medium quality. Now, like all Steve McDonald's work, it is very, very detailed in that he packs the detail into the whole of the page. So the whole page is filled with line art, but some of it is actually larger open spaces that are easier to colour. And as I say, if you look at those thumbnail coloured images, you'll see just how fantastic this looks when it's actually coloured in. Now, often when we see something like the wolves, etc., we're used to seeing them with more pattern and detail on them. But this open pattern gives us a way of actually using our own blending techniques and skills to make the picture really pop. Now, on each of the pages, just down here by the spine, there's a description of where the image relates to. So this one is from the grape harvest in France. So that's really handy. So if you want to look up reference photos, you know what to Google. Now, all of the images finish about 1 centimetre from the spine, so to ensure that you can actually colour right to the edge without having to go through that tricky spine area. And because it is such an oversized colouring book, it's actually quite difficult for me with my camera setup to fit the whole of the image on the screen without moving too much stuff around. So we've got a variety of images. This is from Australia. They call it the Outback, South Australia. And then we move over and we're in Kenya with some lovely little zebras. So we've got lots of nature-inspired images, water lilies, cherry blossoms, trees, rock formations. This is the cover art. And then we've also got these mandala type designs as well, with the leaves, etc., forming the image. Now, there are some images that are just super detailed. Like, check out the detail on this field of sunflowers. Like, it starts off relatively easy, and then you just progress into that tiny, tiny. So you're going to need some either fine liners or a really sharp pencil for some of those. But then, you know, there are other images where we do have a bit more space. I actually do have all of Steve McDonald's books in the Fantastic series, but I think you guys probably all know already that they're in my stack. And if you've looked at my colouring collection videos, you'll have seen them sitting there all in my stack to be reviewed. And he's up to his 4th colouring book, and I still haven't reviewed his first one. And this is from Thailand, from Phuket. I've actually been to that, and really is beautiful. And here we've got all of our lovely elephants. But let's just have a close-up of these little coloured thumbnails so you can see what I mean. When I first looked through it, I really wasn't that keen on this book. And then when I actually looked at these thumbnails, it really did inspire me, and I sort of fell in love with it a bit. I'll just show you the front one again in case you missed that. Now down the bottom here of the front, we've also got the places where they relate to. But see how great they look when they're coloured in. Like that group of bees over there. It's just gorgeous. And the elephants, they're just stunning. So you can get some really great effects, and see how they've used a lot of gradients and shading, and that's what you can do when you've got those big open spaces there to, you know, really show all your skills off, like on here on the trees. So it's a book that I gave a second chance to, and I'm super glad that I did, because it was really a lovely colouring book. I hope you enjoyed that colouring book review. Until next time, happy colouring.